Hey guys, New Year is just around the corner, and at the end of the year, it comes with a lot of vibes like December winter vibes, end of the year Christmassy vibe, happy, lazy, working in the bed vibe. With all these things, with just 8 or 7 more days for New Year 2022, we might have a lot of mixed feelings like having excitement about the new year, fearing will I be able to achieve the goals, having thoughts like if I invest in a good planner, I will definitely be able to achieve all the goals that I have planned for. So thoughts like this will immediately want us to make an impulsive decision of making an investment and going and buying an expensive planner, thinking that this planner will help us become a productive person. But that is hardly the case, right? Yeah, a planner will definitely help you become a productive person, and it will also help you stay accountable to track your goals. But that is not the only tool. And you need not necessarily go ahead and invest in a good planner. But so many conversations that I had with people, I had with you all over Instagram stories and everywhere, I was able to understand most of you are beginners and you don't really know how to use a planner, or how can you buy one and use it, and which planner would be the best for you. And you all gave such love and support to the previous video that I published, which was on best 2022 planner that we have and first impressions. Well, that is done. Most of you are still not able to make a decision because you're not able to find a budget friendly planner, and that is exactly why I'm making this video, a DIY planner from scratch. Yes, all you need here is just a small notebook, and the investment is nil. You're not going to go get a new notebook. If you want, by all means go ahead and do that, but that is not necessary. Even if you have a rough notebook or an old school or college notebook that's lying around, if you have some pages left in it, that is more than enough for you to start this bullet journaling. And with that being said, without any further ado, let's get straight into the video. Now, the first thing you can do is making the front cover page, which is with the month name. And you also can start by entering the quote of the month. If you like any particular quote, like me, I am a person who loves quote, and if I resonate with it, I tend to use one. So write the quote of the month and start using it. And the next immediate page should be monthly spread. Now, don't worry how exactly should we use this monthly spread, weekly spread, and everything. I will teach you once we start, once we complete the outline of the planner and once we actually sit and start planning it. But right now we are just making the spread, and I like to start my week with Monday and not Sunday. And this is one advantage that I get when I am DIYing the planner. When I'm making my own planner, this is one advantage that I get. Usually when I get planners from market, they will start from Sundays, which I don't like, and I like this way. If you are a person who likes starting it from Sunday, by all means go ahead and do that. Please excuse my drawing or making this line, whatever the skills is. If you want to make it look very perfect, you can do it, but I'm just making it a rough plan, so it's fine for me. Once I enter the dates of that particular month, you also can create a specific, you can see there is some space left, right? So this space you can actually use for making any notes, meetings or appointments that you might have. Coming to the next page, you can also start by adding word of the month. Which particular word do you want to focus a lot in this particular month? And then you can start setting your goals. Career goals, health goal, professional, relationship goal, lifestyle goal. It can be anything. In whichever area you want to set the goal, you can customize it accordingly. As you can see, self-care and reading goal is something I want to do. And top 3 priority. Only give, list down only 3 goals maximum. Don't write 10 different goals in all the category. That will not work. Now, as you can see, first also have a separate page for goal 1 in one particular category. So I have picked career here and I have written goal 1. What are the tasks that I have to do here? And what are the top 3 priority tasks? From the task that I have to do, I will take the priority task. I will explain how I do that, but this is how I do it. Now use this spread for the same for all the other goals also, like lifestyle, self-care goals, reading habit, whatever you want to implement, you can use the same spread. Now coming to the weekly spread, again first you need to set weekly goals, so have some space for that. And as you can see, I like starting my week from Monday, so you can enter all the weeks, all the days in the week in this spread. like I have entered. If you want to go by horizontal way, go like this. If you want to go in a vertical way, you can go like that also. And that is again another advantage you will get when you are creating your own planner, when you are DIYing your own planner from scratch. I know the lines are not the best, but I tried my level best. If I have to do it perfectly, I have to take a lot of time to sit and do it. I'm happy with what I'm doing here. You can take your time to customize it as per your needs. Now coming to the mood tracker, I don't like a lot of mood trackers in the planners which comes with the planner because they are not according to my interest, the way I would like to track it. So as you can see, I'm making a list, I'm making a table from week 1, Monday to Sunday, and here you can write week 1, week 2 and so on. And within that little box, if you want to mention the days also, you can go ahead and do it. It's a mini monthly overview. I want to measure my mood using all these emojis. If you are a person who likes doodling, then this is the perfect thing for you to do. I also like tracking my reading habit. What book am I reading? When did I start it and everything. Here again, if you don't want to mention all that, but if you just want to make a list of all the fiction and non-fiction books that you want to read, you can customize it accordingly. Now as you can see, I am customizing it by book name, when did I start it, what is the end date, what is the rating of this book, and what is the review. It takes a lot of page, but I'm just going to mention 1 or 2 word review, so I'm fine with that little space. Now completing the reading part, let's start with expense tracker. Now here again, I just want to keep it as basic and minimal as possible, so I'm just mentioning date, particulars, person, is it credit or debit, and also try to have a opening balance and closing balance. This will help you understand how much balance you have, what was the credit total amount and the debit total amount. If you don't think 1 page is enough for this, if you want 2 or 3 pages for it, go ahead and create accordingly. That's the full main use of DIYing the planner. Again, you get to customize it. And coming to habit tracker, I don't really like most of the habit tracker which comes with the planner. Again, either A, they will not mention the dates, so tracking them will become a really difficult task, or B, they will enter give one whole page for it and give 10 habits, and who's going to incorporate 10 habits in a day? That will not just happen. Habit should always be inculcated either by following 1 or 2 habits. That's all. You cannot dump 5-10 habits in a day. Please don't do it. So I like to keep it as simple as possible. Now coming to the reflections and review part, we need to set questions every month. So asking basic questions like describing the month in 1 word. What is your happy memory of that particular month? What are you proud of in that particular month? So questions like this will help you rewind the month that you just completed, and this will also help you and set you in the right mood to plan ahead for the upcoming new month. Questions like this, like what is the mistake that you did in the month and what lesson did you actually learn from that mistake? This will also be a reminder for you to not repeat that mistake, but also remind you of the lesson that you learned and how can I improve myself in the coming month. Once I know all these things, once I have the answers for this, now planning for the coming month will be very easy. Now we have seen the overview of how to make a DIY planner, but how exactly can we use it? That's what we are going to see right now. A monthly spread in the planner can be used in multiple ways to mark your meetings. As I'm a student of Hustle Post Academy, I have a lot of weekly meetings with Saloni, so it's a very nice way for me to mark it. And you know that I'm a freelancer and I have a lot of client meetings also. So if I already know the dates of my client meeting, this also serves as a purpose. Like I can mention the date when I'm traveling, everything. And as you can see, I use different color highlighters to when I see the color, I immediately will know this is an office hour call, that this is a meeting with this client for this purpose. So color coding like that will also help you. And starting with quote of the month, whichever is your favorite quote, you can go ahead and choose to write it, and this is for every month. And coming to word of the month, I want to spend this month intentionally. Whatever choices I'm going to make, Even if I'm going to waste my time, I want to do it intentionally. That's the word I have chosen. And what are the career goals that you want to set? For me, examples are reaching 5,000 followers, offering my different services. These are such goals that I have for myself, and upskilling is one goal where I need to learn and improve my skills. When it comes to health goal, it can be anything that you want. Like, as you can see, I just have 2 priority goals. I'm mentioning only that. Reading goals, what are all the reading goals that I have for that month? And this is not the exact right way to list down your goals. I will teach you how exactly should you list down your goal. A goal should be very clear. Don't set random goals. Set goals which is time bound. You have to set a destination and a deadline for that particular goal. Why do you want to start working on that goal? What is the end result you expect from this goal? And when will you start working on a goal? So you need all this clarity. Don't set goal like I am setting journaling. Yeah, when will I start journaling? What journaling is it? Gratitude or bullet journaling? Whatever it is, you have to mention it in a detailed way. Now coming to the detailed planning your goal part. So 5K followers I have to reach. This is a goal. Now how exactly can I reach that? By consistently posting, by having up leveling my content strategy game. And how can I consistently post? By batch creating content, shooting them, scripting them, editing them, keeping them ready. By creating a lot of reels, improving my caption strategy, improving my story strategy, and doing more lives with people, I will be able to reach a lot of followers. Okay. And priority of these, from all the, it can be 20 tasks, it can be 10 tasks, but from all the tasks, list down all the priority tasks. The next 3 tasks you should take action on. Now that is how you will use a monthly spread. Now coming to weekly goals. From your monthly goals, you can actually jot down your weekly goals, whatever you want to take action on. You want to work on this particular week, mention it in weekly goal. From the weekly goal, enter your daily task in the weekly spread. So if I want to consistently post, I need to batch create. That's a weekly goal. Batch create, how can I do it? First, I have to plan my content, script my content, design it. So all these tasks will go on different days. This is exactly how you can use your weekly spread. Coming to mood tracker, again, in those days, however my mood is, however I want to doodle it, I can come and do it. And coming to habits tracker, I don't mention a lot of habits. Either 1 or 2 habits is how I try to follow. And once I complete that habit, I can just scratch it there. And coming to reading tracker, if I'm reading one particular book, I'm mentioning the book. When exactly did I start reading it? When I completed reading that book, how many stars do I want to give there? And what's the review of that book? So at the end of this month, I will get a glimpse of everything, every book that I read. And exactly when it comes to expense tracker, from whom do you bought it? Is it from your Amazon or any course you bought, or is it a client's payment? Whatever it is, included in particulars, the person, is it a credit or debit? And with opening and closing balance, you will be able to come up with a total, just calculate it at the end of the month to figure out how many, how much exactly do you have in your account right now. This will also help you like that. And coming to the reflections and review, you just have to answer these questions, which will help you understand your overall month, and this will also help you start and set your goals for the upcoming month in a better way. And I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell notification button so that you get notified whenever I upload my video. I will see you guys next week with yet another interesting video. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.